Alright guys, I'm with Lance over here at Top of Utah Archery in Logan, Utah, and Lance is going to help me put my bow together. Bear Archery sent me this Motive 7 a couple weeks ago and wanted me to try it out. Lance is going to show me how to do it. He's also known as the Bow Doc. This guy knows his bows. How long have you been running this place?
I've been doing retail for over 10 years. I've tuned bows and whatnot for over 20 years. I've shot bows since I was 11. I'm not going to tell you how long that is. So,
a long time. Guys.
Yeah.
Just take our word for it. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But,
I've had my hand on a few. Let's put it that way.
So I'm just going to do a real quick how-to set up a bow. This is, like I said, a Bear Archery Motive 7. Pretty much all compounds are the same to set up. But this is just going to be kind of a basic tutorial, and we're going to set this bow up real quick so I can get shooting and get ready for the hunts that are coming up.
Yep, and first things first, I guess, are the accessories. So
yep.
You brought a complement of Trophy Ridge accessories, which is part of the Fredbear line. So
yes, I have.
We'll just go ahead and install those. So we just need to tie in the mounting bolt. Okay, so we've installed the mounting bolt for the arrow rest. Now we're going to tie in the drop cord. We're just going to lightly split the serving between the two strands of colors here. We're going to feed that drop cord through, and we'll then tie that in when we're ready. Next part is the sight. Important things first. And we've got a set of screws hiding in the bottom of that box. We hope.
This is their new sight they just come out with this year. It's called the React sight. It's a smart pin technology, but we'll go over more of this when I actually show you guys how to tune a bow and sight in a bow. That's good. That's a good presentation.
So this sight, the way that it's designed is you set the top pin and then set your 30-yard pin, and they'll all automatically adjust for the right yardage.
Arrow rest sight, pretty basic, right?
Yeah, the install on those is just one bolt on the rest and a drop cord on that particular one. And then you got 2 bolts on the sight, and you're basically ready to set those in place and start going.
See, our goal today isn't to have this bow sighted in and tuned all well. It's just to get it to where I can start shooting it. And the best way to tune a bow and sight in a bow is just to shoot it.
So he thinks.
Well, maybe the bow doc's going to show me.
So most bows have what they call center shot, built right into the riser. And if you look and line the string up with the center of the riser, you can typically tell left to right where your rest should sit. This one is no different. We'll just take and make a minor adjustment using the horizontal adjustment. We'll slide it to where we're centered. It should be pretty close for us to start. Tighten that down just a little. So as you can see, that rest now is set up center shot left to right with the center of the riser. We're then going to move the sight center shot. The quiver will mount right onto the sight. This is their new ballistics polymers that they've been using. I need to make sure I understand where this locks into place on that bow. So we've got that bracket there, and then this one will just mount right into there. So there's your quiver mount. See how quick and easy that was? It's just a twist. Simple little 4-arrow design. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie on a basic D-loop. And that was something that you wanted to know how to do. And we've basically taken a 5-inch piece of braided cord that's D-loop material made by BCY. We've melted down the ends and put just a little ball on them. And we're just going to do a little half hitch. We're going to set the string on. We're going to go around, and then we're going to go back through as the start. And we're going to give that just a little tug. Then we're going to go the opposite direction. So this goes around this side the first time. The next time we're going to go around this side. So we're going to go under, we're going to go through, and then we're going to go back around and tuck that tag end into that spot there. Then we'll pull it tight. But just snug enough that we can then put an arrow on there and check our level.
So we're going to have to adjust it.
Yeah, then we'll just set an arrow on there. Now we're going to eyeball our vertical adjustment so that we go through. If you turn this bow around and look at it from the arrow side, we actually want that to raise up where that's level across the 2 burger holes in the bow. And we're sitting just a little bit on the high side on the nose, so we're going to tip that just a little bit until we're there. I'm now going to pull that through and tie some serving here. Some companies use a clamp. Others like to have you tie it in, and then they'll actually tie the tag into the drop-away cord as well. So we're ready to start taking this and putting a peep sight in and shooting it.
So this is basically, you know, the sight, the rest, and the knock loop, and we've got the rest tied in, the quiver as well, and now we have to go to the bow press to put the peep in, right?
Yep, and before we actually go to the bow press, I'm going to have him draw it back, and we're going to take a marker and make sure that the draw length is right, and he's got a good anchor, and then we're going to put a mark where his peep sight lines up with his sight, because we want those two to come together as one circle.
Perfect. Now I've heard, the way I've always done it in the past is I'll actually draw my bow back with my eyes closed.
Yep.
And get your knocking point and then open your eyes. Is that how you would recommend doing it?
That's the easy way to do it, because then when you draw back that first time and lock in, your eyes aren't giving you a false reference on the string. You're finding where that repeatable anchor point is. Maybe use the string on your nose or your lip too, and that gives you additional legs to stand on.
I used to shoot a kisser button, if you remember those, and I loved them. But
yeah, we still put quite a few of those on bows.
I've considered going back to them, but and now when we say knocking point, the importance of a knocking point is you want to shoot your bow the exact same every time. You want to pull it back, and your knocking point is, it can be anything. It can be where your string hits your nose or where your lip is. Like I was talking about a kisser button. It's just a little button, and I knew every time I pulled back, that kisser button went right in the corner of my lip, because you want the same knocking point every time, right?
Well, and that started back in the days when they used to shoot long feathers.
Yeah.
And William Tell style, they'd draw back and they'd put their finger in the corner of their mouth, or they'd draw back and the feather would stick in the corner of their mouth.
Oh, cool.
And so the knock would be a reference.
Yeah.
But now they call it more of a deep anchor because of the bows being so much shorter and so much faster and whatnot. So they really want you to find a bone-on-bone contact so that every time you get there, it almost hurts, because you know you're there, and it's instantly you know you're there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've already measured where the peep sight needs to go in the string with him at full draw. We'll just take and relax the pressure on the bow press. We'll separate the strand colors from green to black. We'll insert the peep sight. There will be some adjusting to do to fine tune it, but this will give us a good starting point. He's chosen a Radical Archery Designs Rad Peep. We'll pull that string tight enough that it holds it in place, and then we'll relax so that all the string and cables end up lined up in their proper place. And then we'll pull it out of the press.
Nice.
We've got our sight, rest, quiver, stabilizer, wrist sling, our peep sight. We've already set it to center shot. It's just a matter of getting out and doing a sight in.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. You did it a lot faster than I would at home.
Well, again, that's one of the benefits of doing it all day, every day.
Nice. Guys, like I said, this is Lance, top of Utah Archery in Logan, Utah. I actually just found these guys a couple weeks ago. I'm always looking for an archery shop up around here. I hate going to the big box stores, but I found these guys, and this is one of the better archery shops I've ever been into, let alone over here 20 minutes from my house. So check him out. He's got a YouTube channel as well. I'll push that. It'll be in the link below. But if you're ever in Logan, need some archery, come see these guys. I'll have the address and the link. So.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to share, and hopefully we get to do this again with some other,
yeah,
maybe a little more humorous things.
We'll do some humorous things. I think maybe we'll write a sketch or something next time. Yeah. Let's see how the bow dock did.
We can change the draw length now if you want.